Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We had a request for these figures to be reviewed, and I have recently purchased them, so we'll bring them in right now, and it is these guys. These are the Rip and Run Velociraptors. I believe that's what their little gimmick is called, Rip and Run, or something along those lines. They basically are just Velociraptors that you pull these little things out of, and they run along, which is a cute little gimmick that they've got going for them. But honestly, I don't really like them too much just because of the fact that they have these gigantic black things on the underneath. And I get that the point is that they're supposed to run and there's really no other way to do that. So I guess it's kind of inevitable if you do want a Velociraptor that's going to run. You kind of need that thing under there. But unfortunately, it is kind of an eyesore as far as the figure goes. And it's pretty sad because honestly, I think the sculpts of these Velociraptors are really beautiful. And the green one specifically, I really like the paint job on it, so I kind of hope that they release another version of that green Velociraptor with this exact same paint that's on it, and without this big black thing underneath, because that's kind of just an annoyance in my opinion. But like I said, the sculpts of both of them, really, the blue is really quite nice as well. So let's take a closer look at them. Now, looking at the blue, you can see, as I mentioned, that the sculpt work is really beautifully done, and so is the paint. The head of the Velociraptor looks very, very nice. I love the eye. The eye is colored and painted beautifully, and a nice yellow coloration. Not exactly what you see in the film, but it looks really nice, and it's nicely glossed on this figure. And another one of the big advantages of this blue is that you can see that they actually did include the outline that goes along the blue stripe. So that is definitely a plus, because a lot of the figures don't have that. So again, another advantage of this one over the others. Like I said, the sculpt work on these Velociraptors, these Rip and Run Velociraptors, is really beautiful. Everywhere you look, even on the top of the head, the sculpt work is really nice. Beautiful scale work all over the place. The head in general, I feel like, is sculpted better than most of the figures that we've gotten. Coming down along the neck, you can see beautiful skin folds and stuff. Nice sculpt work on the neck. The arms look pretty good. They are able to move, they're articulated, and right there you can see another huge plus to this figure. They actually included paint on the nails, and there is a nice gloss over them, and that is something they haven't done. I don't know if they've done it with any of the other figures. So again, another addition to this figure that is very cool over the other Velociraptors that we've gotten. Nice sculpt work along the side here. Beautiful spinal column here on the back of the dinosaur. The legs look pretty good, but you don't really see, honestly, too much muscle tone in the legs. They are very fat, but they have to look this way, I guess, so that they can run. And you can see right there is where it connects to this big black thing on the underside. The claw is down, it's not up on both sides, really. But the nails are painted quite nicely. They have a nice gloss over them. The legs of these Velociraptors probably the worst part of the figure, because for some reason the legs just kind of don't look that great to me. They look okay, but not perfect. But the rest of the model looks really quite nice. You see the sculpt work in the tail is really beautiful as well. The whole way out, very nice long tail. So the sculpt of the Velociraptor is really nice. The only thing maybe that's not the best is the legs, but it doesn't look terrible. And like I mentioned, they do have paint on the claws of the hand, which is awesome. And then you've got the green one, which is my favorite of the two. I really like this raptor. You can see that the eye again looks pretty much just like the eye on blue, sculpted beautifully, and the paint job is really nice. There are different variations of green all over the body of this guy, and it even runs down onto the legs with these green stripes, which is something that you don't see on the other ones. But the sculpt overall is exactly the same, I'd imagine, as it is on the blue. You can even see some variation of color on the top of the head. So we don't really have to review the sculpt on this guy, but you can see that the coloration is really beautiful. I love the yellow underside as well. I think that looks very, very nice. And again, the nails are painted on the hands. They're basically a dark gray, or almost actually they're more of like a dark green. So it's a similar coloration to the rest of the body. Kind of actually meshes and looks really nice on it. Because of that, again, arms are articulated just like on blue, but you can see that the sculpt work and coloration of this raptor is really, really nice. I really wish they would release a figure that's just the raptor without this big thing underneath. that looks like this sculpt with this kind of paint, that would be fantastic. So as far as sculpt and paint goes, both of these Velociraptors look very good. Blue looks excellent, probably the best that Blue has looked. Well, maybe. I mean, he's really nice, but I mean, he's definitely one of the best Blues that we've gotten. It's just, again, an unfortunate side effect here that we have this stupid black thing underneath. But I guess without the stupid black thing, as I put it, we wouldn't have these guys running, and I will show you that here in a second. But this green Velociraptor is probably my favorite as far as sculpt and paint out of any of the Raptors that we've gotten so far. So, let's give this whole rip and run thing a shot. So all you do, basically, is you grab this, you pull that out, and he runs away. And you can see when you see these legs here, and I pull this out, but those legs can really move, so he can run quite fast. He kind of just sails when he gets going. And the leg movement when he runs is really quite nice. It looks pretty good. Give this green one a shot. Again, look at how quick that guy runs. So I must say, although I'm not entirely sold on the whole black thing on the underneath, the addition of it being able to run is pretty cool because it does look very, very nice when it does it. And another cool factor that goes into these Velociraptors is there is an Owen Grady that comes with a motorcycle, and you can attach them to him so these Raptors can run alongside the motorcycle, and that is very cool and very reminiscent of the original Jurassic World film. So again, a very cool touch to these guys. As far as the size goes, from the head to the tail, you are looking at just about 9 inches. So that's pretty long, and a height almost 4 inches, about 4 inches, 4 1/4, somewhere in that area. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex. So you can see that these Raptors are pretty big. Definitely nice sized figures as far as these Raptors go. So definitely a very cool toy, very cool idea out of Mattel, and I actually do really quite like them. I purchased them about a week or two ago, and I kind of let them just sit in the boxes. I didn't even get them out to look at them for probably a good week, just because I really liked the sculpt, but I wasn't too interested in the action feature. But now that I've done this, I really kind of like it. I think it's pretty neat. So definitely very cool Velociraptors. I love the fact that they can run. I do love the fact that they connect to Owen, like I mentioned before, and his motorcycle. A very, very cool touch as well. So these guys here are about $15 at Target. If you want to purchase your own, you can go ahead and head over to Target. I know the blue is on the website, on Target's website, but I don't think the green one is. I think the green one so far has really only been in stores. I think he's part of Wave 2, so he's newer. He has just recently come out. He's a little harder to find as far as these Raptors go, but every time I've gone to the store, to Target, these Rip and Run Raptors are fairly common. For some reason, they don't sell too well, or at least it doesn't seem like they do in my area, as they are always in stock. And honestly, they're really cool. I really like them. So if you do want to buy them, go ahead, head to your local Target, or check the description, as I will definitely have a link to Blue, and maybe one to the Green Raptor if they have updated their website recently and thrown him on there. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.